What's up, guys, and welcome to part one. And if you went ahead and purchased the template, I would like to say a massive thank you to you. Thanks for the love and the support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And so let's get cracking. And oh, one thing I would like to show you too. And in the template, you also have the police material. Okay, excuse me. So if I grab one of these right here, got this, I can go ahead and where is it, car, select this, and I can put the police one in there. Select this, I can put the blue material here, and if I make this 0, see, now they're blinking. See, this is your police lights. So we have this included as well in the template. Okay, so for here, let me just add a material folder and then just put everything on there. So today we're gonna be okay, so you already have all the interfaces. Okay, so I already go ahead and create all of them for you, so that way we don't have to create them. Okay, and these are the game modes: game instance, game mode, game state, and this is where our character lives. And then for the character, let's see. Oh, okay, I need to delete this because we're gonna have to start. Yeah, I'm gonna delete this because we need to start over. Let's just delete this. Okay, and we are using child blueprint of this guy, of the main character. We are using child blueprint of it, so that's the reason why you see we have Trey, whatever his name, whatever I name him, this guy, as the main character. Okay, because if I go to my game mode, we should be under here, game mode, and change this character here to use the, what is it, meta human character. Come on, you can do it. You will see I have this bald headed dude. I have this bald headed dude. I don't know why he's so bald. Where's your hair, sir? Yeah, this bald headed dude. Or we can change him to use the regular Unreal Engine 5 character. So if you have a whole character, for example, like the Unreal Engine character, which the mesh is just a full mesh like that, you can use that one. Okay, and also if you have your modular character like these guys are, okay, we can use them because these guys are separate bodies. Okay, like that. So this is the part where we're gonna use to change character clothes, like for example the torso, the legs, the what they put in it, and then we also put facial hair too. Because if I open Trey has more stuff because he has hair, beard, and stuff. Yeah, mustache and everything. So, but for now, I'm going to keep using. I don't know why I call him Trey. I don't know why, but his name is Trey. So let's just keep him Mr. Trey. Yeah, here you go. So, manhood. That's something I was testing. Let's get rid of this for now. And we have our cell phone widget right there. That's also included too. The animation already there. The buttons, and we are using. Do I already have that? No, I don't have the widget switcher yet. But we're gonna use a widget switcher. yeah, to switch between the screens. Yeah, to switch between the screens. So this is gonna be the header where you're gonna show your time, stuff like that. So like I said, the first part will be a little boring because we're just gonna set up some stuff. And let's delete this. I don't need this because I have better icons I'm gonna provide to you guys. Okay, and this is a temporary phone, the one that's spawned in our hand. Like when you hit Q, see this little thing right here. This is the phone that spawned, temporary. But we'll have it where we have to purchase the phone and put it in our inventory. Then we'll be able to do this. But for now, we have this temporary phone. Okay, that's why it says temp and it's in red. So that way later on we're gonna delete this. And we know how to touch the MetaHuman. We're doing what this is. So for now we're going to start working on the house. Okay, this is the first place I want to start, is working on the house. So I'm gonna create a folder and call it house folder. And if you want, you can give them colors so that way you know which is which. Let's give the house a purple color. Yep. Okay. We add a class actor and we say BP house. Let me move my microphone. Like I said, it's on the table. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, and then we need a component. The reason why I'm using component, it will keep the character code clean, and then you can just use the component with the assets in your some other project. So let's say for example, we build a feature here, but you just want that in your project. We can just migrate this folder and then change the character reference, and boom, everything ready to go. Okay. So I need a folder for data and another folder. No, I don't. Let's create the component. I would say BPC house, blueprint component house, and for now let's add house info and house type and let's say house status, and then okay, for now let's work on the house info. We need the class for BP house. We want the class okay, and we need excuse me, let's put a name, it don't matter, name description. You just have to start this stupid car now, man. Description icon, oh my god, my neighbor, I tell you. Texture 2D, and then what else do we need? Matter of fact, let's create another folder, city and roads. We get back to this later, like way later. Let's call this counties. Oh, matter of fact, let me just call it states. Now come up with your own state. For now, I'm gonna have New York, Chicago, LA, I guess. Okay, well, let's just have this. I don't want no more. Let me just have, no, I need one more. I need one more. I'm gonna call this one my favorite one. The one I be playing in GTA. Don't pay any mind, okay? Icon, let's say, I call it state, right? Ooh, let me go change it. Let's say, S_state, because I don't want it to collide with what we already have. S_state, right? State. So this will be where you buying the house from. Where is this house? When you put the house in the world, where you want, like, let's say, because when we build the road and then the state thing, if you place in this house in here, you can just switch the state. Hey, this house is in New York or in Jersey or in California, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like that. So what else do we need? Now we need some integers. This is the buy price, or we can say purchase price. Purchase price, sale price, and then property tax, and we need, let me get a few. Light bill, gas bill, and we can say water bill. And how could I forget? How could I forget? HOA. These SOBs. Yeah, you can't forget about them. So HOA, okay, and then we get the owner. Yeah, definitely can't forget about these SOBs. We need an act. This is gonna be an actor. Okay, excuse me. So whoever owns the house, and then what else do we need? House status, house type, house type, house status, type, single family, yeah, family. Let's put big family. You can say studio or mention, whatever that is. House type, get the house type, and say house type, house status, and the house status will be for rent. No, let's put sale first. Sale for rent, and yeah, for selling for rent. Vacated, vacate. What house is vacated? Yeah. And then foreclose. Foreclosure. Yep. Okay. House status. By default, it's gonna be all the houses are gonna be for sale, or you can change them if you want them to be for rent or whatever. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we got that, and we need some boolean. is I don't like working with booleans like that, but okay. Is locked, question mark, has owner, question mark, rented, vacate, and then that. Okay, for now that's it. And then let's see, we're gonna come back here when we need to add more things, and we're gonna add more things. By default, let's put BP house by default. We can always switch this. And we need a data table. House info, DT house. Okay, and let's add the default house by now. Matter of fact, we need a new blueprint, house name, default. This is the default house. Let's go outside here, create a child blueprint, folder, and child, say default house, and then dump it in here, save all, go back here, make this one the default house, default, the default is in New York, 100,000, sale price 200,000, property tax is 15K, light bill 50,000, gas 40,000, water 10,000. HOA, do not like these folks. I'm gonna give him $2. $2. By default, it's gonna be locked, even though then we know they will never take $2. Okay. So now let's go to the main house BP. First thing first, make sure it's replicated, baby. Replicated. Okay, and let's add a static mesh. Call it building in capital letter. No, let's not do that. Building. So we know this is the house, right? And for now, let's just add a cube. For now, let's add this cube for now. Let's make it 2 meters tall. 2 meters tall. And we can duplicate this one, and we can say buy and sign. Right, and we can just move this. Let's remove the house part one. Buy and sign, and don't make the box collision the children of these, because we want to move them to different places when we build different type of houses. Okay, so this one will be a box collision, and this box collision is going to be called buying collision. And the reason why I'm not making it a child, like I said, we want to move it because we might have different type of house, and the buyer location might be somewhere else. Let's view it. So we can see. Let's make this 100. So this will be the buyer location. Let's just move it to right here to the buyer location. Okay. And first thing I'm going to do, go to the variable, say house info. If you watch the third-person shooter series, you already know what I'm doing here. House info. So basically, make it easier for us to set the information that we need for the house, and make sure this is replicated. And let's put it in a house settings. Okay, and Control D. House name. House name. So replicated is already in the house settings. So let's go to construction script. Say get data table row and DT house enum to string, and plug this up and house setting like this, and voila. So now let's add an event begin overlap. Excuse me, and overlap. And before I do this, let's go to the house. No, not to the house. Let's go to. Oh, we can leave it. Yeah, we can put it here. Input. No. Let's make a dedicated input. Inputs, and we say inputs IA interaction, and this one will be a press. And if I go to my character and interaction, the key would be E, and yep, we're straight. So now back to the house. When we overlap, we need to see who's interacting with the house, right? Yeah, with the buying house. So we're gonna say, because I already create the interfaces for you guys, so you can just drag, say get JC character, and then they go to interface, and the character already implement that, and you can promote this to a variable, replicate it, and then references, references or whatever. And what we need to enable the input. So we say get player controller enable inputs. Otherwise, we won't be able to click anything. No. Enable input. Come on, enable input. Enable inputs. It needs to go to the controller here. And let's create a boolean and say can interact with buy-in box. Trust me, I know it's a long name, but it will help you a couple of years down the line. Booleans, and then replicate. It keeps your stuff organized, and then we set it to true here, and then we can copy this and this and this, paste it down here, and then here we can say disable input. Trust me, it's not gonna disable your input. It's just gonna undo this, so that way if we use the same input in the house to collect things, all the widget won't start popping up, or all this stuff won't start popping up. Okay, so we can just do this. So if this is true, I want to print the name of whoever interact with the house. Okay, so on press, we're gonna check to see interact with box if it's true. If it is true, we're gonna print the name of that character. So now if I go to house, push this, and then put this up right here, hit play, see, and get my name. So now this is where we're gonna start doing some checks to see if this house is for sale. Okay, gang of 5. So now what I'm going to do is, once we click this, let's go to the character and add BPC house. Okay, the house component. And then if we open the house component, we need to let me add a variable, say character ref, and say JC character, or whatever you name your character. But if you're using this, yeah, that's what it's gonna call. Or you can change the name if you want, and say references. Keep it that way, and go into the character and event graph. Right here. Let me see. Do I already have them? Okay. Yeah, these are again the references to the player controller, game instance, game mode. Yeah, because if we're gonna need them later in the game. So for here, let's grab the BPC house. We need to check if it's valid. We're going to set character ref to ourselves. And then let's turn this into a function. So when we add next blueprint component, we can just add them to the function. So we say, let's call this init components. So initialize components. Okay, that's what this is. So now any function I create in here, let's say for example I say hello, I can say print string hola amigos. Okay, so now here what we can do, instead of going directly to the character, we can just check if the character is valid. If he is valid, we can get the BPC component, house component. We can click on that, and then we can say hello. We can call say hello. And then now I'm gonna say hola amigos, bonjour monsieur, bonjour mon ami, comment ça va? Yeah, it's gonna speak all these languages for you. Okay, so this is where now what we're going to do, we're gonna check to see if this house is for sale or not. Okay, so let's create a function, say check house status. Let's put copy this. Let's put server underscore check house status on server. Let's make this reliable because we want this to happen. And we can say MC check house status, and we also want this to be, we want a multicast, we want this to happen. So now we need a reference. Oh no, we already in the house house blueprint. So if we go BP house. What is, oh, okay. Yeah, because we delete that. BPC house. And in here we can say, click and say house ref, right? And then BP house. And then in here we're gonna grab this. If you hold P and you left click, you get event begin play. You get this. Check to see if it's valid. If it is, we're going to say set house reference to, let's replicate this to self, because not select, self, because now we inside of the house BP. And if we go here, we can just say print string, and then we can call MC check house status, right? So in the BP house, we can just now, instead of going to the character, or we can just grab this and say server house check. And if I go here, ooh, okay, wait a minute. BP house character, that's in the house, BP house. Okay, let's not overcomplicate stuff. Let me not overcomplicate stuff. Okay, let me go here. Let's delete this, and yeah, delete this, and here delete this. All right. If we go to BP house, begin play, let's remove this. Okay, I'm going to make it simple. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, create a function get house ref. Okay, so what this is going to do, we gonna get the player character, get world location, of the mesh, and we're gonna say sphere collision, no, sphere trace by channel. And for this, I don't want it to hit the floor. Let's say plus, let's say 30 on a Z, and then plug it for that. Make it 100. Ignore ourselves, like so. Draw for duration, and then the break the hit result. And in here we're gonna say get house. Did I even create it yet? No, I did not. Yeah, we need a blueprint interface. We say BPI house and get house ref at the output of BP house, so that way we can communicate with them. Okay, and then we can say house ref save BP house class settings BPI house, compile and save, interaction, get that self, and in here we can say does implement interface BP house, and if it does, we can cast to it. Not cast, we can call the get house ref message, and now we can promote this to a variable. We can say house ref, and then we can add a return node. Nah, let's just delete this because we'll have to keep calling this function over and over. Return the house ref. Okay, so now here we can just call this. You know what? Matter of fact, let's do this first. Is valid. If it's valid, then we return it. If it's not, we return an empty house or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And then turn this into a pure function because we only won't getting the reference from it. And then here we're gonna say, let's say, let me see, print string. If the actor overlap with anything. What? Wait, did I even call it? No, I did not. BP house. No, I didn't. Come on. Yeah, I didn't call it. Let's say, what is the name? Server check house status. Server check house status. Why is it not giving me the house? Because this thing is returning the what is this? Print string. I'm trying to do it differently than the way I did it in my other project because it was messy. Right, so why isn't? Oh, okay, I know why. Because I know exactly why. I know exactly why, guys. Sorry about that. Let's just delete all of this. Because what's happening is, if you look at the little sphere trace, matter of fact, let me show you. And I'm gonna show you why. Let's get the building, because I want you guys to understand why certain things is happening. Let's reset this, okay? This is why I say I want you guys to learn. Now, when I do the sphere trace, right? Although it collide with something, but look at between my legs. You see that little red line? Watch this. You see? Now I get the house BP. You see? But now, even though the thing is colliding with it, right? It still won't give me. But the reason why it's giving it to me now is because I had already do that. Let me show you. Here, see? I'm not getting it. Even if I'm touching it, I'm not getting it. See? But if I jump on top of it in the red circle, whatever that line is, hit that cube, now I got the house. But I'm not going to do it like that. So what I'm going to do, let me delete all of this. We can say get overlapping. Get overlapping actors with the class of BP house. Okay. What we're gonna do, we're gonna hold F for every single one of them we interact with, even though we can only interact with one at a time. we're gonna call the get house ref, and then we're gonna check to see is valid. If it's valid, then we return the house. Now this is going to work. Now if I were here, boom, you see, now I get the house. It don't matter if I'm over there, I'm still getting the house as long as I'm inside this box. If I'm not, I can't do anything. But if I'm inside the trigger, I'm overlapping with the house. So now what we're gonna do, because this is returning, the difference between a pure function, if you know your function is gonna happen, or you just want to return something, you don't want to check anything, you can just make it a pure function, so that way you only get the reference of the node. Okay, so what we need to do here, we say get house info, because what we're doing here is we're checking the status of the house, right? So if we break this, we need to check house status. So we're gonna do different things. Switch. We can do different things on based off what's going on. So for example, let's say the house is for sale. We can say print string for sale. Let's make this white and leave it there for 10 seconds. Okay, for sale. And let's say it's for rent. We do different things for rent. We let people know it's for rent. So let's say the house is vacated, right? Nobody live in the house. Well, we can just say send message to owner. So now we can get the owner or the bank of the house, and then we can just, do different things. So what I'm going to do in the BP for the house settings, let's make this instant editable and expose on spawn for now. So now when I click this house info, let's see if I make it for sale. Let's do it for rent. Oh, for rent. Come on. I know I did it instantly. What the heck? Expose on spawn, instant editable. What the? Like this. Why can't I switch it? Why? Oh, I know why. It's because of the construction script. Yeah. Okay. Let's undo this. Okay, here, let's say I do it for rent. It should give me a message about the house being for rent. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. It was for rent, right? Why does it keep saying for sale? Ah. Wait. Which one I'm dragging in? Which one? I'm dragging BP house. Let's drag this one instead. Default house. Why does it keep saying for sale? Status. I'm trying to change this. Let's say vacant and compile and save. And let's see. That's interesting. Why? I changed the node. Default house for rent. Here we go. So we need to change it inside of the data table because of this. You know, we getting the information from the data table, not from here, from the data table, and then we're gonna set it. We setting it to here, right? So that's what's going on. So whatever we want to do, if we want to set it to vacated, and if we did vacate, yeah, it should send a message to owner. Now if I go here and we upload this, save, child, we press this. This one should say send message to owner. Yep. Anytime you change something on the database, you need to either re-import this or refresh your stuff, right? So for now, hold on, let me delete this and let's go to data table. Let's put it for sale. Okay. And if we add this here, it's gonna say for sale again. For sale. Okay. So now let's close this. If the house is for sale, right? We need to do something. We need to check something. Well, the first thing we need to check, for now, let's go to the character. Temporarily, let me add money. We're gonna change it. We're gonna add this to its own structure. Okay, we're gonna say money, and it's gonna be an integer. Let's give him $10,000. Remember, the house costs $100,000, right? So we don't need this. Let's close this. Let's keep these two open. So if the house is for sale, we're gonna get the character. We're gonna check to see if the character is valid first, and then we're gonna say get money. We're gonna see if the player money is greater or equal to the house purchase price. Okay, so if it is greater or equal to the house purchase price, we can say print string, you can buy this house, right? But if it's not, you too broke for this house. You too broke, sir. You need more money. Now if I come here, you too broke, buddy. You can't buy this house. Okay? And then now, if the player have enough money, if he has enough money, right? Let's say I have 200,000. Okay, so if I have 200,000, it's gonna say you can buy this house. Let's make it white because it's, you know what? I have a better idea. Let's say functions. Let's say blueprint function library JC functions, and then here I can say JC print string. You know what I can do? I can say print string. I'm passing the word message. I'm passing the duration. Wait, hold on. Let's pass the, you know what? Let's make the color by default white. And then let's just pass it. Yeah, pass the color and the duration. No, you know what? Since I want it white by default, yeah, white, print string. So now anywhere I'm at, I want to print something. Instead of doing these annoying prints, I can say JC print string. Now I got my own print string. I can say you can buy it. Buy it. And then duration 5. Now you would see it will print string in white. Now I don't have to keep doing whatever. I have my own version. Okay, so now let's say the player has enough cash to buy the house, right? What do we want to do? Well, first of all, we need to get the player money, and then we're gonna say subtract. Okay, we're gonna subtract the player money with the buy. Yeah, we're gonna remove the buy money from the player money, how much the house costs from the player money, and then we're gonna set money to whatever the return is. So that way, if the player had 200,000 and we buy the house, then we're gonna set the house to the new price. So JC print string. Now remember, I have 200,000, right? And then my house costs 100,000 to buy. So now it should say I have 100,000 left. All right. Let me double check. Data. House costs 100,000. Yep. And then the player has 200,000. So now if I go here, I have 200,000. The house costs 100,000, and I hit boom. See, now it prints. I have 100,000, right? Or if you want, you can just say format text. Plug this, and then you can put the curly braces. That's what I call them. And then we say money left, and then now we just pass the amount, and then now it's gonna say I have 100,000 left. Okay, but since we're gonna be using a structure for the player character, all of this we can just say boom, boom. Delete these, right? Let's just see. Yeah, let's skip these. And in the next part, we're going to add the player info, so that way we can have everything we want on the player, like from license plate, name, date of birth, county, everything that we're gonna need, that we know the player gonna need in the game, so that way we can start working on it. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. If you like the video so far, leave a like and leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and if there's anything that you want to see, please leave it in the comments, so that way I can start doing my research on it, and I can start working on it, so that way you can see it in the game. And then if the features is yours, I'm going to give you a shout out, so that way you can be part of the game, okay, or the series. And again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.